One of the biggest superstars in the whole entire world on the phone with us this morning. Rocky, how are you?
Doing great, man. How you doing?
Out there in Los Angeles today?
Yeah, man.
I'm hearing good things about the Scorpion King. Comes out on Friday, of course.
You know what? Real lucky. I had a chance to actually took my mom and dad and everybody to see it last night in the theater. Kind of snuck in. Nobody really knew we were there, and it played out great. Everybody really likes it. At the end of the day, everybody's just really, really thoroughly entertained by it.
What did Rocky say? Because the old man won't put anything over that doesn't even put over.
Exactly. Well,
he's a stiffy.
He doesn't put a damn thing over. So but
Rock's a stiffy now. Come on.
He's like, where's my name in the credit?
Come on, Dwayne. That sucks, man. Serious. When you were in diapers, man, living in a trailer, I used to put your ass over. Come on, Dwayne.
Exactly.
Actually, I had a good time with your dad at WrestleMania 18 about his wrestling school. We're going to have him on next week talking about his wrestling school.
Oh, great.
So did Dad like it?
He did. He did. He was actually blown away. And, they're a little biased, obviously, because I'm their son. But a
little bit.
My mom, yeah, just a tiny bit. My mom, my dad, everybody really loved it. So, and I'm really happy the way the film played out, all the comedy. The action, of course, is kick-ass. And the love scene, too, for the ladies, played out really well.
For the love scene. Look at Rocky putting himself over. Hey, I'm a lover, buddy. Let me tell you that right now. The Rock says, I can love, too. I'll give you the people's elbow or the people's penis. Which one do you want?
Exactly.
Anyway, we were watching, me and Hogan were watching Raw on Monday, and they had a Scorpion King little promo there. And Hogan stops and says, God, that son of a bitch looks good on film. That's what Hogan says. That kid looks great on. I guess some people, I don't really know much about it because I'm just a fat DJ, but some people transfer to film better than others.
I guess so.
And
Hogan's my boy. You know that. So.
God, that WrestleMania 18 match. Come on, Dwayne, that was unbelievable, was it not?
You know what? That was by far the greatest match I've ever been involved with. And I've been lucky enough to do so much in the business, as you know, and then. To have something like that come to fruition and come true for me, I've been such a big fan. We've talked about this there, you and I did. So it was one of those things. I was just so happy the way it came across, and I was just so. And not only that, but I was really happy for Hogan as well. And known Terry for a long time, met him when I was a kid, and grew up idolizing the guy. And it was just nice that both of us could go out there and make that kind of thing happen. And speaking of him, I had to try and call him to get this damn number. My candy-ass publicist was supposed to be up at 5 a.m. with me. Some bitches weren't. And that's why I was late. So finally...
you got a hold of Hogan?
No, I didn't get a hold of him. I was trying to call him. I had to call my buddy Al Rosen down there, and finally gave me the number. So
anyway, what's it was being at WrestleMania and then watching WrestleMania. It was cool, because the way your dad and the way Hogan, they were cultured as big guys, and the way the business has kind of changed a little bit, Rocky, with a lot of the high-flying stuff. And I'm not saying anything bad about anybody, but the RVD and the third rope crap. Not saying crap, but that's a style, and it's
right.
And the fans love it, and it's good. But it was fun, and it was good to see two icons like they build it go out and wrestle the way with all the theory and the false finishes. And the heat transfer, because you guys, talk about a classic. Not only did the fans go crazy, it was the greatest wrestling match. It had a lot of theory behind it too. I don't know if a lot of people understand that or not.
I'm not too sure if they do, but I think if the ones that did, they certainly got it, and the ones that didn't, they got it by the end of the match. That's one of the great things about working with a guy like Hogan, who's able to, like myself, just rely on little nuances, and not necessarily rely on the top rope. I don't know the last time I've seen that damn top rope or Terry much less.
You've seen it before, Terry, but it hasn't been a long time. It's been a long time for you too, Rocky. And you know what? If you don't have to go off the damn thing, why would you want to, huh?
Exactly. I've always said that I'd rather try and make my money in things I can say and little things I could do inside of the ring. But man, that was the greatest night in the history of my career, and I know he's listening now. At least I hope he is. Thank him. Thank you.
And Rocky, what everybody's talking about, and I'm sure Vince kind of cringes a little bit, but the transfer from you to wrestling to Hollywood, and the fact that a lot of people are saying that you are the next big action hero, the next big Arnold / Bruce Willis, the next $20 million guy. And what's that like to be in that position? And if that does happen, as it looks like it is, will you put wrestling on the back burner a little bit, Rock?
Number one, great position to be in, and I'm very thankful by it. Those comparisons are great. Arnold's been great, very supportive. So is Stallone. But I've always said, those guys, I'm not worried about filling those shoes. I'd rather make my own path and do my own thing.
Right.
And as far as for the business, as you know, Bubba, I grew up in the business, and
right.
I love the industry, and I absolutely, nothing could ever simulate that vibe and that energy of a live audience, and whether it's 200 people or 20,000 or 70, like up in Toronto. That vibe is something I'll never ever give up. And you know how it is. It's like all the, aside from all the political BS, that you have to go through. That I will never ever give up is performing for the fans. Period.
The one thing Hogan says a lot is no matter who you ever talk to, this comes from him. No matter who you ever talk to in the business, and no matter what they ever say and how they ever play it, we all, meaning the workers, you guys, we're all marks for the business.
Right.
And that kind of goes hand in hand, not disrespectfully, but you're right. There's no better feeling as you grew up watching your father, and there's no better feeling, and you can't captivate and on any situation other than the vibe, and whether you pick and choose your spots as to how much you wrestle. I think, in my opinion, wrestling will always be in your life in some way, shape, or form.
You're absolutely right.
It's the fuel that feeds the fire, and it's what's gotten you where you are today. And God, whoever would think that Rocky would be this big of a phenomenon? I mean, Rocky, you're a phenomenon. You really are.
Never would have thought it from the days I'm running up and down Del Mabry. And
like Jerry Briscoe always says, I used to see that kid when he had poop-ass diapers living in a trailer with Rock.
Have you whipped his ass yet, by the way?
No, him and I kind of, he's kind of been baby-facing on me a little bit because he's getting older. He doesn't want me to bury his car, his dealership, and stuff like that. So he realizes I got a little bit bigger of a stick in this town. But, oh, man, Jerry Briscoe's good people. You know that, Rocky.
You know what? He's a great guy. He's a great guy. And miss those guys, too. I haven't been around the arena for a long time now. Ever since WrestleMania, I had to take off. So look forward to seeing him. Jerry, if you're listening, I look forward to seeing you.
When do you plan on making your return?
You know what? Probably, I would assume sometime in June or July.
Is Vince pretty cool about all that stuff, Rocky?
You know what? He's really cool about it because he understands my goals, my aspirations, what I want to do, how I want to grow. And we all want to grow personally and professionally, and it's the next transition for me. I've been blessed, been able to do so much in the business. So he understands that.
And it's also great that he's able to use it as a tie-in. He's tying in the WWF with the movie.
Well, it's like a double promotion.
Yeah, it works for everybody.
Yeah, it works for the Scorpion King and works for any venture that Rocky may be doing because it can get some of Vince's cume to see Rocky's new phenomenon. But yet Rock's the most over guy in the world, so it helps the WWF on the backside.
Right.
Rocky, you'll never forget your Florida roots, though, will you now?
No, of course not. I still got my place down there. I still got a lot of people down there in Tampa. Down there in Miami.
You have a baby girl, don't you, Rocky?
Yeah, I got a baby girl. She's great. She's 8 months.
8 months.
I'll let you know of another.
8 months. So what else is going on, Rocky?
Tonight, I have to take a jet to New York, do all the press in New York. Friday night, jet back here. Be back here on Friday night for the Open. Saturday, jet back to England. I got to go over there and do a European tour. Because we have a staggered Open, so I'm going to do France and Germany and Spain and all that. So.
Oh, yeah, you always forget that, how over he is over there, too.
Oh, yeah.
And, anytime you have a big movie like that, it gets released over there. How about the Orient? Is it going to get released in the Orient, too, Rocky?
Actually, I went over there about a month and a half ago. We had a chance to go over there, and I worked with Chris Jericho. We were over there, and I also promoted the film for that week, and the reaction was so big that Universal has decided to wait and stagger the Open for May, and then go over there and just do a big Japanese premiere.
Rocky, do you got another movie in the works already?
I do, man. As a matter of fact...
Can you talk about it at all?
Yeah, hell yeah. As a matter of fact, we might solidify everything today. We should. It's going to be Hel Dorado. The working title is called Hel Dorado. It's an action comedy, contemporary action comedy with Universal again. Looking to break records with these numbers that I'll get. And that, again, and the great thing is it's really not dependent on the Open. Universal's really shown me a lot of love and support. And we've been talking about two guys to be my co-star. The first guy, and in all likelihood it'll be this guy, Sean William Scott, from he was Stifler from American Pie.
Oh, that guy's awesome.
Great, man.
That guy's over, man. Because he's a stiffy like you, Rocky.
And Road Trip, he's awesome in that, too, man.
Yeah, he's great. So I look forward to that, and we'll probably, on our way back to New York tonight, probably meet with him in Toronto. So everything's looking great.
He's a good kid, man.
And you know what's cool, too, is Rock's going to be on History Channel.
Oh, Rock, you're going to be on History Channel in a week.
Yeah.
Man, you do everything now, Rock. You're so. You know what? Rock's over, and one of the sexiest men alive. When my mother I'm talking to my 56-year-old mom, and she goes, Bubba, because she knows I know some of the guys. Have you ever met that Rock guy? And I go, yeah, I've met him before. God, he's sexy. I go, Mom, chill. Come on, seriously. He's 30. My mom, come on, Mom. No, he's a good-looking young man. He is.
That's every woman you talk to.
That's
man.
what my mom says. Damn. Hey, Rocky, did you get? I'm not trying. Believe me, I'm not trying to stir up any shizit. But
man.
no, I'm not. But when I saw Stern was talking some crap about Hogan when you were on there. I didn't know if you were telling him, he better zip it or I whip his ass.
No, I don't know if you heard it, but yeah, he was talking a little trash, but I kept saying no. I said no, my man is cool. He's really, really cool. And then he's like, nah, well, it must have felt good to whip his ass, a guy like that. I said no. I said, no. I said my man's cool, really.
You should have said, Howard, you dumbass. Wrestling's not real, Howard. It's not a shoot style. We're not in there trying to kill each other. We're trying to make some money now. Come on, you dumbass.
At the end of the day, though, Howard was just like, oh, okay, it's cool. I said, yeah, man, the guy's super cool.
If there's anybody who can turn Howard around, it's The Rock. Only The Rock can turn Howard around. Well, Rocky, man, I really know that there's a very short list as to who gets to talk to you, and I really, really appreciate you coming on the show. And I know you're in L.A. There's about a 3-hour time difference, and we hope that we could have you when you have other stuff coming up and stuff, brother. And tell your mom and dad I said hi.
I will, definitely. And as always, man, I appreciate the support. And yeah, well, there's a reason why I got up at 5 a.m. First of all, my candy-ass publicist, they're not going to hear the end of this. But, for not getting up with me, but got big heat with me, believe me.
She got big heat.
Anyway, it's all about the Tampa roots, And
I know. People don't realize Rocky's from Tampa.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rocky's from Tampa. What part of Tampa did you grow up in, Rocky?
Right off of Hanley.
Right up there north.
Right off of Hanley, yeah, town and country area.
Laying smack down in the neighborhood back then. Let me tell you something, all you jabrones. I'm going to be something someday. You're going to be sorry for talking crap about me.
That's right. You don't want to give me any pie now, you'll be lining up for miles to get the Rock.
Hey, Rocky, man, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
And tell everybody say hi and good luck on the Saturday opening. And we know it's going to probably do about $60 million, probably.
I hope so, God willing. But I appreciate it, and thank you very much. And if you speak to Terry, tell him I got his messages, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Dwayne, very much, buddy.
Thanks, boys.
Bye-bye now.
Later, Bubba.